English actor Daniel Day-Lewis has been hailed as one of the greatest actors in cinematic history. Indeed, he's won 3 Academy Awards, which is exactly 3 more than fellow English actor Mr. Jason Statham. But has Daniel Day-Lewis ever choked a man with a handful of casino chips? KO'd a dude with a coin? Killed a fella with a spoon? Or punched a bloke in the fist with his own head? Jason Statham did all of these in the same movie. There's just no contest. Jason Statham has become one of the 21st century's most dependable action superstars, but it's unlikely his most fervent fans have forgotten his roots in Guy Ritchie's early cockney crime comedies. That's why it's particularly exciting Statham is set to star in the upcoming revenge thriller Wrath of Man, reteaming with Ritchie for the first time since 2005's Revolver.
You ready? Ready.
So, to mark the occasion, here are our top 10 favourite moments from Jason Statham's hard-hitting and hilarious career to date. Because, let's face it, until they start giving out Oscars for walking through fire, water skiing blindfolded, or successfully taking up piano at a late age, it's the least we can do. Let's double back immediately to the movie I alluded to in the intro, which is Wildcard, a film that criminally flopped at the box office despite being directed by the man who bestowed Con Air upon the world, boasting a bonus appearance from Stanley Tucci with hair, and honestly featuring some of the best fight scenes of Statham's entire career. In the final showdown, Statham guts no less than 5 gun-toting goons armed only with a spoon and a butter knife and walks away without a scratch. Jason Statham, king of knifey spoony. W.S. Anderson's long list of video game adaptations haven't exactly won the man fistfuls of prestige, but if we're being honest, he deserves at least a pat on the back for his slightly camp 2008 killer car feature Death Race, where he vividly demonstrated a Mad Max Fury Road level of commitment to crashing giant death trucks, an impressive 7 odd years before George Miller actually made that movie. Statham getting the better of the juggernaut by conspiring with his bitter rival is easily the highlight of the film. The score remains practical effects 1 million, CGI 0.
Now that's entertainment.
Of course, on the topic of taking down giant monsters and CGI, no list of Jason Statham's most memorable movie moments would be remotely complete without the time the man literally murdered a megalodon with a metal spear.
I'm gonna make this thing bleed.
After slicing its guts open from teeth to tail,
How'd you like that?
Statham surfs the giant shark as it leaps skyward, shoving a stick straight into its eyeball in the process. Toppling back into the water, the prehistoric beast is subsequently devoured by dozens of its more diminutive descendants. It doesn't matter where the predator comes from, if it bleeds, you can kill it. Sliding in at number 7 is one of Statham's most iconic action roles, Frank Martin, the Transporter. Of course, the 2002 original is basically 90 minutes of Hong Kong quality fight scenes from prolific action director Corey Yuen. So how do you choose just one moment? The container fight? The axe fight? The bus fight? There are a lot of fights. Well, the answer has to be the oil fight, where Frank greases himself up to literally slip through his enemy's fingers before turning the tables on them with a set of bicycle pedals and a series of savage spinning heel kicks.
All right, little man. It's gonna be a little scary. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Speaking of heels, the villainous Deckard Shaw's heel face turn in the Fast and Furious saga was controversial for a while, but ever since the Fast 9 trailers confirmed he never actually killed Han during Tokyo Drift, we can all enjoy his past exploits without feeling guilty.
Go for a ride.
Naturally, one particular exploit that's hard to go past is this hard-boiled inspired airborne rescue of Dom and Elena's infant son in The Fate of the Furious.
Where's that smile? There it is.
Jason Statham has enjoyed action aplenty in the Fast saga since his post-credits appearance in Fast and Furious 6, but this mix of gun fu and jokes about poo is arguably his greatest highlight.
Is that you or him?
Earning his spot alongside the heaviest of Hollywood hardmen in Stallone's Expendables franchise, Jason Statham's Lee Christmas has had plenty of time to shine throughout the series.
Call that a tie.
From kicking fellow countryman Scott Adkins into an idling helicopter to firing a flare from the front of a flying boat for a little fry and die. However, his most memorable moment is the brief but brutal basketball court beatdown he gives to his girlfriend's abusive ex and every one of his useless mates.
What do you want?
Your life. I was thinking about taking it.
Christmas may only come around once a year, but when he does, he smashes the crap out of 6 dudes in about 16 seconds. He's like Santa, only instead of a nice list, he just has a knife list.
Next time I'll deflate all your balls.
In an absolutely scene-stealing performance in what's already an extremely funny film, Jason Statham fully flexes his comedy muscles in 2015's Spy as Rick Ford, the unkillable secret agent extraordinaire who's immune to 179 different types of poison and makes his own suits.
Where'd you get a suit?
I f***ing made it, didn't I?
Statham enjoys plenty of hilarious moments in Spy, but the best is when he regales Melissa McCarthy with tales of his legendary toughness.
I drove a car off a freeway, on top of a train, while I was on fire. Not the car. I was on fire.
Jesus, you're intense.
Took this from you really far.
Come on, you didn't think we were going to forget the infamous Transporter 2 barrel roll, did you? Calm as a cucumber, Frank Martin flings his 2-ton Audi upside down to dislodge a bomb strapped beneath it, all with the complete confidence of a man flicking a speck of soot from the shoulder of his suit. Tell your teachers, physics are cancelled.
So Mitch can drive.
Yes, he can.
After surviving falling several thousand feet from a helicopter, Chev Chelios's clearly superhuman heart has been stolen by Chinese gangsters. That is the plot of Crank 2. As such, you shouldn't be surprised when, at one stage, Chev hallucinates an entire fight at a power station as a souped-up 100-foot-tall kaiju version of himself, complete with a mask of his own head. This is a real movie that definitely happened.
Maybe we better call 911.
What's happening with those sausages, Charlie?
Trouble needs turkeys.
What better choice for number 1 than Snatch, where Jason Statham, in only his second film appearance after he debuted in Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels, didn't just shine amongst Hollywood heavyweights like Brad Pitt, Benicio del Toro and the late great Dennis Farina, he came away with a whole host of the movie's most quotable lines.
What's happening with them sausages, Charlie?
5 minutes turkeys.
It was 2 minutes 5 minutes ago.
It's tricky to pick a favourite quip from a movie chock full of them, but Turkish's iconic response to Tommy's desire to carry a gun seems like a safe bet.
What's a gun doing in your trousers?
For protection.
Protection from what? The Germans?
A safer bet than anything Bricktop suggests, at least.
You're on thin f***ing ice, my pedigree chums.
Did we miss any of your favourites? Meat Machine, The Mechanic, Hobbs and Shaw?
So why don't you be a good elephant, suck up another kilo of peanuts, put your chair back and relax?
Let us know. In the meantime, Wrath of Man hit cinemas in Australia in April, the US in May, and the UK in June. For more movie news, stick with IGN.
Told you this would be fun.